I love coffee, I love tea, I love the Java Jive and it loves me. Coffee and tea and the Java and me, a cup, a cup, a cup, a cup, a cup. I love Java, sweet and high.
Hi, and welcome to my favorite cup. I'm Julia Chavez.
And I'm Jeff Sterling, and together we're your hosts of this fun and enlightening show about how to enjoy your favorite brew, whether it be coffee or tea.
And during this week's show, we'll introduce you to the son of a music legend who is creating quite a stir in the coffee world and in Jamaica, where he's growing beans for Marley Coffee.
Wait a second, Marley, Jamaica, I'll bet I know who his dad is.
What a stretch, I bet you do. We'll also talk about preserving the flavor and benefits of tea by learning the best way to store different varieties.
And as always, we will join Mindy out in the field as she introduces a house special from some very talented people. We will tell you about all these products that are coming out in the tea world as well as the coffee world, looking for more in your favorite cup. So when we come back, we will give you all this and more, so please stay tuned.
Hi, and welcome back to our show. I'd like you to meet Akiko Shima. She's here today to talk to us about storing teas in the best way. Now, Akiko,
Hello.
Many of us buy teas on the shelf at a grocery store, and then we take that box home and we
Yes.
put it on our own shelf until we get around to using it. But you say otherwise. Can you explain?
Yes, tea is very fragile and its flavor is very delicate and it's very vulnerable to air and heat and light and moisture and strong odors. So obviously when you store tea, you have to avoid those things.
So we're talking about some critical elements that exist every day in our
Yes.
house. So right in front of us, we have 3 containers, a plastic one, a metal one, and a glass one. Which one would you recommend is the best one to store our teas?
What do you think?
I don't know. Is there a secret? There's tea in here, so maybe the plastic one.
Actually, this one, this airtight metal container, canister, metal or ceramic, or in Japan we use wood, but this is perfect.
Okay, great.
And this plastic one looks good, but lots of people store tea inside of plastic container like this, but it's not a good idea. But plastic bag like this, if you put tea and squeeze air out and put in an airtight container, this is perfect.
This is perfect for storing the tea.
Yes.
And so even though we have a glass that's pretty airtight, could we use this?
Well, if you put tea in a glass container, it's so beautiful to look at.
Sure.
But actually, it's not a good idea because glass container allows in light, and if you allows in light to the tea, over time, tea's flavor disappears. But not only that, the color fades. So,
So that wouldn't be a good idea.
Yeah, it's not even good to look at over time. Different color. So this is a perfect container to put
So
in
if we
tea
have
store.
a metal airtight container and we
Yes.
put the tea in here, is there a particular spot in the house that we should put this container?
Yes, like I said, tea is very vulnerable to air and heat and light and moisture and strong odors. So you have to place a tea container in a cool, dry place and avoid direct sunlight. And you should keep it at a constant temperature. But also, like I said, you should avoid moisture near the tea, because tea is, after all, organic matter. So if it gets wet, it gets moldy, but also it decays, it gets spoiled. So it's no good. So you shouldn't put the tea in a refrigerator or freezer.
You shouldn't.
No, but in Japan, we often put the green tea and to keep it in freezer. But it all depends on avoiding moisture. So like I said, put in a plastic bag and airtight container, then it's okay to put in a freezer to keep it longer.
What about your cupboard at home?
Also, you shouldn't put this in a spice container, like a spice cabinet,
Okay.
because strong odor permeates tea. So, you don't want to drink tea with a fish smell or
Certainly not.
or oil smell or anything. Spice tea, sometimes it's okay, but
So you're saying that these teas will attract the odors of different things around them.
exactly.
Interesting. And what will you say is the shelf life for tea once you actually buy the tea and have it at home in storage?
Green tea loses freshness and flavor more quickly than black tea or oolong tea. So green tea usually lasts about 3 to 6 months, but black tea could last 6 to 1 year, but not more than that.
And you also don't know how long the tea's been sitting on the shelf when you buy it. So,
Yes.
so I guess your advice would be to buy the tea and
Yes.
consume it.
Yes.
Drink that tea. You heard it here.
Very relaxing. It's very good to drink tea.
Lots of
good for
benefits.
health. Yes.
Certainly. Thank you so much for joining us,
Thank you very
Akiko.
much.
And if you'd like more information on what you just heard, you can log on to our website at www.mycup.com for all the information you need on preserving the flavor and taste of your favorite teas. Speaking of taste, let's turn things over to our very own Mindy Rosario, who's over at